welcome everyone to the first game here tonight at RSC, and I'm going to tease you with some big news coming up regarding how this is all going to look, because things have changed for tonight, and I am super excited about this because I got a little sneak peek yesterday, and finally today we are going to show you all. Well, you know what, I'm just going to leave it there for now, because of course I've got to introduce my fellow caster in the booth with me, who's going to bring the hype as well, not just for what we got coming up for you, this little teaser I'm waffling on about, but for the game itself. Cynics, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I think we got some really amazing games here for you tonight. It's going to be super fun to watch as the teams clash, as we are starting off in Master, going up to Premier and finishing in Elite. It's going to be some high gameplay here tonight.
It is indeed, and of course starting off there, as you see, with Nox versus Hades. This is second versus fourth, and both teams are on a decent run at the moment. Nox maybe sort of, you might say on paper, having a slight edge, but both these teams are undefeated from what I can tell in the past 5 or so games. Yeah, I'm sure, Cynics, you can correct me and tell me the exact details or whatever you. But yeah, as you can see there, across the board, seems like it's Nox which has got the slight edge on it, but very tight game nonetheless. Any particular stats there standing out for you, Cynics?
I gotta say, Nox looking really strong here with 34 wins and 14 losses. So they've been looking really strong throughout the season. So it's gonna be super interesting to see how they will be doing in this game as well. And also both teams, as you are saying, is correct. Both teams have won or drawn in the last 5 games. So it's gonna be super interesting to see who can either win or get a loss here. If any team can bring out that edge tonight.
Indeed, and of course, what's obviously decides whether who's going to get the edge or not it's the players. And as you can see there, we've got showing a few stats for you there. And Hades, I'm not too sure whether Gummer is their new sub or what's going on with that, but nevertheless, yeah, some good stats across the board there for both teams. And for me personally, it seems like Nox are definitely the ones that are maybe slightly more aggressive on the offense. They're a slightly higher shot percentage between all players across the board. It seems like Hades, if they're going to get anything out of this, Cynics, they're going to have to kind of lock down their defense and just maybe soak up a little bit of pressure, it seems.
Yeah, from what I can see, all of the Nox players have really good shooting percentage, and maybe SK there coming in with 82 saves, being a really strong defender. Maybe if they can find a way through this SK player, they can maybe open up the defense a little bit from the Nox side and get through it all. From the other side, Finesse as well, a lot of saves, and Sonny also coming on with Spartak, so almost the whole team coming in with the saves. So it looks like Hades can be a really, really strong team working together. But it's going to be interesting to see. I got 2 Swedish friends on the Nox side, which I know a little bit how they play. And it's going to be fast. It's going to be not so Mickey. It's going to be just sending the ball forward, trying to get through that defensive side. It's going to be interesting to see how they can work this Hades defense out.
Indeed it is, and as you see there, the table showing just exactly what's at stake here. And I mean, Nox, this is getting towards the tasty bit of the season, the latter stages, and every win is going to count on this one. So even if Nox, they bring their A game and maybe sort of peg back Hades a little bit, even just one win for Hades might just be that crucial win that they have going in towards the final stages of the season then. But I've got to ask, Cynics, obviously you got a Swedish contingent, so there might be a slight bias in predictions. But what is it you've gone for, and why have you done it?
Yeah, so since Nox has been a little bit stronger in the last 5 games, I'm going for a 3-1 for Nox. I do believe in my Swedish boys to bring this one home. But it's going to be interesting to see. It could also be a 2-2, but I've gone for the slight edge there for Nox, trying to bring it home. What have you gone for? Then.
Well, anyone that's sort of seen me cast knows that I'm a draw specialist. And so often I see these matches where you got 2 teams that are on a decent run of form just kind of cancelling each other out. So I've gone for the 2-2. But as we saw in the previous games I've streamed last week, it can absolutely kick off and it can go crazy. So, you know, we're going to find out soon enough. But before we get into that, you know, this is the moment. We're going to hype this one up, Cynics, because obviously, for those of you who don't know, there's been ongoing, you know, rumbles in the background. Things have been sort of sorted out and things have been given a bit of a facelift. So I'm excited to see, basically, RSC's got a new overlay, which you're going to see momentarily. So I don't know whether I'm more excited about seeing this game, Cynics, or seeing a new overlay.
I think both of them are going to deliver super easy to see, though. How it all going to look, how the players going to look with this new overlay. I'm super interested to see how everything's going to play out. But I think the players are ready to get into it as we are going into the first game of the night and of the series. Nox versus Hades.
Here we go then, and as if by magic, there it is. It's a new overlay. You know, I'm actually quite proud that me and you, Cynics, are the first to cast on this absolute beauty of an overlay. It's been a lot of work gone into it in the background, and as you can see there, we now have team colours. How amazing is that? No longer is it just red and blue, but you've actually got team colours.
Yeah, Nox here rocking the really nice white color here. Really standing out a little bit, I gotta say, it's looking really nice. And Hades bringing on here with the red color, really rocking that one as well. Maybe a little bit close to the RSC colors, but it's a little bit different, no?
It's a little bit different. It's a lot different, but I suppose we need to get over the fact of this beautiful overlay and actually focus on the game now. I mean, fortunately, we've had about a minute to talk about it, and no goals as of yet, but a bit of back and forth between these two teams here, and nobody quite getting a glorious opportunity at the moment. 2 shots though to the count for Nox, and maybe we might see an opening shot. Captain Quark! The net was wide open and he spoons it over the bar.
Yeah, it's only going on to the other side of the bowler as well, ready there on the defense. Defense is really working hard now for both sides as they try to edge out each other for the first goal of the season, and almost could make it. Get a demo as well, finesse to get it out of the defense. And now Quark to try and defend this. Did get a shot on, but still no shot on the net yet.
Yeah, but good. It seems like both teams are sort of slowly getting into. There's a quick shot from Sunny comes in. No, not troubling them as the ball gets pumped back up the end of the field. And Sko getting the first goal of the game. Lovely touch off the sidewall there. Sets himself up, sends it on target, and the defence for Hades just seemed to part ways then.
Yeah, maybe the pressure just was a little bit too much from the Nox side, and the Hades boys weren't really able to get back in time to take control of it. And finding finesse, not really able to get back into the net in time, as Captain Quark did go for a double tap but couldn't get it in. We won't
you can see that he's actually
go into the other side. Sorry?
I say it's good to see that at this level they're still trying to get the fancy clip, get a double in, and hopefully we'll see one of these pay off in this series here. But at the moment, as we get back to hit the halfway point, Hades got to just sort of just keep their calm at the moment. It's still first game, plenty of Rocket League left to play for as Finesse bring that on the left hand side, looking for 50 there, but Bola coming in strong, takes it up the side wall into the path of Sko again, but can't quite get it shot on target this time. And Hades just got to weather this storm a little bit, and a lovely save there from Finesse on the line. And it seems like Nox are trying to double their advantage.
Yeah, Sko really putting on the pressure here from the Nox side. I gotta say he's been very strong here at the beginning of the game, really putting a lot of pressure on the Hades defenders, really having to jump really high and just trying to get anything on it as it drops down in front of the net again, but nobody there to finish it off. And Hades just staying alive in the defense right now, I gotta say.
Yeah, they've got 8 shots at the moment. Save there from Bola. I was looking at the stats, looked around, and then all of a sudden, dangerous opportunity there for Hades. Couldn't quite convert on this occasion, but good signs nonetheless. But they've still getting paid back in total in this series, as I was saying. 8 shots across the board for Nox compared to just 4 for Hades. As the ball just awkwardly bouncing across the net there for Nox. So a couple of signs there, Cynics, that Hades is not dead and buried just yet.
Yeah, we have to note that he's only 1-0 up so far, so this could be a good shot. The bowler does get back in time, almost. The little flick there, getting it past all the defenders. Not really ready for it. And Sonny here tries for a sharpest goal on the backboard, ready to put it out. Nobody really able to finish it off for Hades, as they do get some really interesting shots here on target. And Sonny finding Skull is missing the ball a little bit. Maybe caught off guard. Captain Quark's touch that maybe destroyed him there.
Yeah, that's kind of one of those moments when you have absolute 100% faith in your teammate that they're going to smack that ball up the other end of the field, and before you know it, you're flat-footed and the ball's in the back of the net and you're wondering what just happened. But nevertheless, you kind of saw it coming from Hades. They were pushing hard in the late stages of this game here, and they've got their rewards as Spartak's looking to try and edge the victory here towards the end here for Hades. And it seems like Nox just got to soak up some of this pressure now and see what they can do on defense.
Yeah, and I gotta say, even though they have a lot of shots, it's been an even game so far. Spartak's almost getting a really long shot there, almost all the way into the net, and they couldn't really get to it in the end. As the time runs out, maybe for the first time of the night, Captain Quark to get it out. Spartak's answers on the backboard. Bowler goes for a shot, and the ball is still staying up here. Can we get an overtime goal? I would be really happy to see it. Spartak's goes for the shot. Bowler standing in net. They do get it out again, and it's still up.
Absolutely ruined it. They spoiled the fun there. That was that was looking like that could have been an epic finale, and it just absolutely petered out then at the end. Never mind. We're into our first OT of the series here, and yeah, I totally agree, Cynics. It seemed like Nox were pressing on early stage of the game. Lovely down on the line there, but it's opened up for Captain Quartz. Can't quite get the power behind the shot, and that one slightly awkward over finesse off the underside of the bar. They survived. A glorious opportunity there for Nox, and yeah, it certainly seems like, oh my word, I can't get my sentence out, Cynics. This is just end-to-end stuff at the moment.
Yeah, I feel like both defenses are just surviving on the line a lot of the time, not really getting out in time, just having to scramble back into net a lot. But both defenses still standing strong, even though we have a lot of opportunities for both teams.
Sonny's now got 6 shots to his name. I mean, considering the first half of the game, it seemed like Hades was struggling for opportunities. They've certainly grown into the role here. Spartak just lets that one run away from him just a little bit, but they're putting on the pressure now. Sonny going up for the double, sends it on target into the far right hand side of the net, and Hades. I'm absolutely stunned because Hades probably pulled a bit of an upset because they were soaking up a lot of pressure in the first half of the game, but fair play, came back into it, and they've got the overtime win.
Yeah, it really looked like Nox was gonna fire away for the whole game there a little while, but yeah, I gotta agree with you. Hades just pulled it back in this game, really showing up. I gotta say, Sonny and Spartak's really putting on a lot of pressure for the Nox team. Bowler finding 5 saves for Nox, but just not enough in the end.
No, it wasn't, and yeah, for me, game of 2 halves there, but it kind of goes with my prediction. I've got to say, I kind of saw these 2 teams. I've seen it happen before. You get 2 teams on a good run, and they just play off each other, and it's a game of fine margins. So it's going to be interesting to see though how Nox approach this second game, because they did have the better start in this one, and they were putting on some pressure on Hades. But I mean, Sonny there, probably MVP of that. Well, he was the MVP. 7 shots, 2 goals, and 2 saves. Whether he can keep that up in the second game or not as we move over to Forbidden Temple. And again, we get another chance to see this gorgeous overlay, which I've got to give a shout out to Ark as well for getting this all sorted from behind the scenes. It's absolutely beautiful to see. And I mean, if this doesn't make if this overlay doesn't get teams wanting to be on stream, I don't know what is.
Yeah, certainly beautiful overlay, I gotta say, and working really hard for that. And we are getting into the second games. I wanna see Nox game back in this now. My prediction is already over after 2 games. Would be sad for me. As we see, almost gets a shot from SK, opening it up again for Nox, but couldn't really finish it. And Sonny does get a good touch towards the net, but 2 Nox players in the net is driving it out. As almost again, just hammering on the pressure right now.
It's definitely a better start from Hades, but they've got to make sure the post coming to the saviour for them on defence there. My word, it seemed like Hades were having the better opportunities, and then just like that, at the drop of a hat, the ball's gone up the other end and it's slammed off the post. But don't know how, but we're still 0-0 in this second game here as Spartak's taking it into the back wall there. Sonny gets beaten in the air by Bolo, who's had putting in a major performance at the moment in defence for Nox. And he's certainly pushing hard, trying to make sure his team don't concede, but I spoke too soon. I saw it developing and I cast and cursed it beyond belief there as Spartak's lovely dribble play on the right hand side. Lovely flick and a demo to finish it off.
Yeah, beautiful play there from him, just getting around the defenders. Nothing really they could answer him. And finding something here as Nox is going to be on attack. Score, finding a shot, but it's not in! Just off the post, and nobody was back for that. This would have been an amazing opportunity there for Nox, but just couldn't finish it up. Score here with another shot. Spartak's can't get to it! And we're even again.
Top bins from Sko there. Beautiful shot, making up for that. I wouldn't say it's a hideous miss before that when it hit the post, but nevertheless they didn't let their heads drop. And Sko certainly had his eyes laser focused on the top bins there. Lovely shot from him to bring it all square again. So a minute and a half played on the clock. Sko off the backboard into path for Quark, gets on the end of it! And just like that, the lead has been pegged back to Nox, 2-1. Sko, lovely setup play there for Quark. Oh, I didn't actually notice that. It double tap off the ground. I don't even know what you call that.
Can you call that a double tap off the ground?
Triple tap? I don't know. If it hit the ground and hit the backboard, triple tap maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, but Nox, I gotta say, they're finding a way back in this again. Looking like they did in the beginning of the first game, really putting on the pressure, and Hades just on the back foot a bit on this defense. Just having to try and stay alive. It's almost Spotlight's finding the back of the net as Nox just misses the ball. Score to bring it out, but Finesse is there to bring it back in again. Can't really get the opportunity on though, as I do believe almost gets the shot for Score. Ball up, it might have been trying to find those opportunities.
Play from Sonny, taking it to the air off the sidewall into, I thought he was going to get past there for Finesse. And finally gets into the middle there, shot coming in, but just a bit too high and wide from Finesse. But they're keeping up the pressure now. Hades right hand side, Quark trying to clear lines, does so indeed. Bring up now left hand side, gets the demo on the line. Sko going up for this one, can't quite get the shot on target, but into the path of Bowler. Just beaten to the punch there by, I didn't see who it was, by Hades though. And it seems like Nox are just trying to stamp their authority at the moment. Get a third, which indeed they did, from Bowler coming in left hand side. And it seems like the gap is slowly increasing as Hades have got a bit of work to do now.
Yeah, it feels like they are getting a little bit stuck in the net as they can't really get out to the ball. I don't know if they a little bit of boost off of what's going on, but Nox offense, I gotta say, it's really looking strong now right now. Just hammering home at Hades defense.
You might say if Hades has got to break this down now, then maybe got to play a little bit more aggressive. They're certainly getting in quite a few bumps, but at the moment Nox are the ones that are getting in the demos and clearing up the space, which might be saying might be unsettling a little bit for Hades, and they've just got to calm down. They're not out of it yet. They're certainly giving themselves an opportunity now as Spartax coming in from a beautiful pass from the left-hand side there. Spartax earning that Dunk Master title there, slamming it into the back of the net, nothing but net, and just like that, the gap's been closed to 1 again.
Yeah, beautiful pass there by Sonny, just taking his time and finding Spotlights, just sending himself into the middle. Beautiful play there by them, but Nox looking to fire back already. Bola tried for the double touch, but couldn't really get to it. Skull to keep it in the Hades corner. A little bit of a scramble as both teams just trying to get on the ball, but in the end it just goes past the net. And Captain Cork up for it as well with Bola, but Sonny can bring it out. Maybe an offensive play here, but Hades instead as he gets almost gets past the defenders, but they do in the end read the weird play from Sonny. Looking smoother on the offense.
Beautiful chance, but they got it all to do now. They still got a minute left, but this is going to be even more difficult now as Bola again makes sure that there's a 2-goal cushion between them and Hades. It was just pressure play there. I mean, slight double commit from Captain Cork and Bola, but they won't care. They'll probably call it double the power, double the opportunity, whatever you want to call it. But that's a 2-goal cushion now for Nox, and Hades just got to try and find something quickly, otherwise you feel like Nox might just lock this one down.
Yeah, Nox really firing back in this second game, I've got to say. Skull and Bola are really turning out for this one. Both have 3 saves each. And Skull really hitting these assists, I gotta say. Really being crucial for this offense to work for Nox. And Spartax!
Oh, calm down, Dad. What a... Just... What?
Just forcing the ball through everything. And nothing the Nox boys you could do. You just stood there and watched. You just didn't know what was going on. Really nice play by Spartax.
Yeah, if it works, it works. And just got to make sure now they've got 20 seconds to try and find that equalising goal. They're giving themselves a chance, but the touch from Bola there, taking it back into Hades' half. So 10 seconds left. They got probably one more opportunity. If they don't concede on this one, Finesse taking it to the air, punts it forward into the path for Sonny. Goes up for this one onto the backboard. That's 1 second. Finesse can't quite get the shot on the bump there at the end. Meant that the ball grounded. And we didn't quite see the epic keepy-uppies that we saw in the first game there. But nevertheless, Nox will be breathing a sigh of relief if they just squared up this series. And gotta say, Finesse, only 60 points in that one. That is surprising, because to me, it seemed like that was... Every play was putting in a shift in that game.
Yeah, I mean, Spartax did stick out with his 3 goals, but it looked like everyone was really playing together and really giving it their all, and nobody really looked out of place. But it just looked like Nox were a little bit better at just keeping up this pressure and just finding those crucial passes into mid and finding those players ready to take a shot.
Yeah, looking at the stats there as well. Last man. I mean, that's why Finesse got only 60 points. He spent nearly half the game as the last man there. So, you know, that's what Rocket League is, though. When you got a good team and that sort of understands rotations, you know, you're not too concerned about ball chasing all the time. And unfortunately, though, for Hades, didn't quite work out. But certainly got a game on our hands on this one as we move over now to the glorious Sovereign Heights and game number 3. So pretty much now. We're all square again. How do you see this one turning out, Cynics?
It's really hard to predict, I gotta say. Hades has been coming out really, really strong, a lot stronger than I thought they would. And Nox also coming out strong. I can't take that away from them either. Both teams, I gotta say, is looking really, really good at the moment. So it's gonna be really close, but if I gotta keep to my prediction, it is going to be a Nox win again, but Hades are not holding back at all.
And maybe Just a few more demos just to open up the play a little bit. Finesse. Oh, glorious chance there. Couldn't quite find his teammate Sonny in the middle there, but Spartax doing a good job as last man there just to keep the ball in Nox's half and keep up the pressure now. Sonny coming shot on target. Skodo! Great rotations. Takes it into the corner, but the ball is still firmly in the Nox's half. Can Hades make this pressure count? Or will we see another counter attack and Nox just edging forward there? Ball now left hand side. Spartax into the corner. Let's run away. Captain Quark be coming enough to try and clear this one. Lovely touch from him. And a little bit of a cagey start from Nox. We've seen in the second game they had a bit of a slower start, but Hades looking like they're definitely not afraid to try and take this game to Nox.
Yeah, they're really firing back immediately after they lost the last game. Maybe feeling that they had the upper hand in the last moments of the last game, as they did put up a lot of shots and maybe almost brought it back as well. But just couldn't finish it out in the end, and maybe they want to bring this one back instead then, as we are seeing a little bit more answer now from Nox. A couple of demos. Bola finding almost the corner of the net, but just doesn't have the bounce with him. So close to get that ball in. Nobody from Hades was ready for it. Really close from Nox here.
That was, I've lost count of how many times the post has come to the saviour for Hades, but certainly they'll be pleased with that one, that the ball remained firmly on the field rather than in the back of their net. It's Finesse going up for this one into the middle of Sony. Sony taking it round. Captain Quark to beat, but Quark staying firm on the line there, but somehow the ball has ended up across the net. I didn't quite see what happened there. I thought Quark had done enough to send it into the corner, but Spartax, that man, I don't know what it is with his corner plays, but my word, he's an absolute powerhouse in the corner there. And this time he gets a beautiful assist, and Hades take the first goal of the game.
Yeah, I don't know if he will thank Lady Luck there a little bit for getting the ball around the players there. It looks like it was spinning around the players. What just happened? I'm not really sure what was the ball, to be honest. Oh, Finesse was on it. Really beautiful shot, and I gotta say the pass from Sonny was really nice as well. It caught me off guard a little bit.
Yeah, I caught Nox off guard a little bit on that one, and there's another one to add to the tally. Hades, this time for the first time in this series, we've seen a 3-goal advantage. That's a beautiful kickoff goal there. I mean, not much you can do when that works out so beautifully for them. And just to reiterate as well, speaking of beautiful, just look at this overlay. I'm absolutely loving it. And just a little side note as well, if you haven't seen, go and check out the merch that we're getting a preview of in the top right hand corner there if you haven't already. I mean, product placement, beautiful, love it.
Yeah, looking really nice there. Get the RSC cup up there as well. Should be ordering one for myself so I can sip on some hot coffee while I cast these games. Would have been really nice. As Hades though, looking really strong with like coming out here 3-0 in the third game, really saying no to this win that Nox was edging out in the last game. A Spartax working here again. What can he do? But Bola just looking to answer him, and Nox maybe. Can they get an opportunity to answer back? Not really. As the ball goes back out again of their half.
It's all to do now for Nox. I mean, I have seen a 3-goal comeback with just over a minute to play. So there's every opportunity, but Nox have got to find something quickly. And with only 2 shots to their name in this entire game so far, they're looking like a shadow of their former self from game 1. As uncharacteristically, they just haven't really connected in this one, but Hades, fair play to them. They got that first goal and they've been absolutely storming, apart from Spartax. The open net, and he slams it against the crossbar. I mean, he scored a couple of beautiful goals in this game, but when it comes to the open net, it's great to see, well, it's comforting for me to see even some of the best players absolutely clang it.
So you don't feel as bad about it yourself, or at least in shots in your game.
No,
I gotta
it gives me
save
hope.
a score.
It gives me hope.
It gives you hope, yeah. For me as well. I can't say I'm hitting a lot of shots in my games either. Oh, I scored! That's fine. The back of the net. Bola did try for a good shot there, but he just couldn't get the angle in. That score just reads it beautifully and just puts it in. Nothing Sonny can do there on the defensive. 20 seconds left.
Basically.
Do you believe?
Do you believe
do I
in the
believe?
Nox attack?
Oh. No. If they'd got something off that kickoff, then maybe. But even this is a tall order for these players to do. I mean, I'll quite happily eat a hat if they do pull it back, which I don't think they will now. But nevertheless, Nox probably got to take a bit of comforting that they did get a goal on the board there at the end. Let's go. And you've got a second one there for the road. So not quite the game they wanted, but certainly finishing on a high and bringing it back to a more respectable scoreline. As the defense there from Hades just absolutely, I don't know what was going on, but maybe they were just like, we got this one in the bag, lads. Let's just whatever's going to happen is going to happen. So there we have it. I mean,
letting it go there as the time just ran out.
So one more game to play, and it was Nox, wasn't it, that you predicted we get the 3-1 Cynics, but it seems like your prediction is out the window now, as mine's firmly on the cards. But Nox, I don't know what happened in that third game there. It seemed a bit, they maybe slightly hesitated from the start there. Weren't too sure what Hades were going to do, and Hades just had the confidence going into it. So I think coming into this fourth and final game, there's not really much left for Nox to lose. They certainly got to try and do something and maybe just rekindle some of that magic they had in the first two games.
Yeah, I feel like Hades has just been able to find each other really well in this third game. They were getting a lot of passing plays in and just working the ball out of the defense together. And I do feel like Nox just got on top of each other a little bit. You just ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time and just couldn't work their way out of it. So maybe try to find that old form they had as they go into this fourth and last game of the night for these two teams. Let's go, almost opening up. Spartax, strong as ever, gets the first ball out.
More positive start coming in from Nox here early game, putting on the pressure straight away. Cork's taking it to the air, but just lets that shot run away from him. Finesse taking it into the right hand corner. Beautiful control there into the path for Spartax. What a goal! What one end of the field to the other. I mean, credit goes to Finesse. He absolutely finessed the touches on that. The assist. Forget the goal. The assist was just beautiful. Yep. He calls himself Finesse, and that was just absolutely finessed into the goal.
Yeah, and as I said there again, the Hades boys is able to find each other, just find these crucial passes for the opportunities to arise. And I gotta say, nothing Captain Cork could do there on the defense. He was just left alone, standing between a rock and a hard place. As Spartax is hammering that home. It's a really beautiful shot as well. I gotta say, that's maybe Lola answering back.
That's definitely the answer that they wanted to get. Bowler there, nothing Sonny could do. He tried his best to cover his lines, but this time Nox hits the open net, makes sure of it, and just like that, all square with just under a minute played. So this one's setting up to be a really tight affair in the fourth and final game of the night. Finesse again taking it to the air into the corner. Sonny with the follow-up into path for Spartax, but can't quite get his shot on target. And Bowler doing just enough just to take the sting out of that opportunity, but they're keeping up the pressure. Spartax and Bowler and Sko working well. This is Nox being pegged back a little bit, and they've got to be careful here.
As Finesse can just get the rush out, was so close to going in, but just finessed it out of the net. Really nice touch there from him to just be able to keep it out, and maybe mounting an offense here as well. But Bowl and Cork together worked that out to to get it to the other side. Sko trying to keep it in. But Sonny can get a clear now to the other side instead. And got 3 minutes left. It's 1-1 on the scoreboard. And it's looking like a much even game here, I gotta say.
Indeed, I've seen a few double commits though coming in from Nox, and maybe that's just a sign of they're getting a little bit nervous that they don't want to be losing this game and losing their advantage at the top of the table. But Hades though got the advantage. They will know that they won't lose this one, and they might get a second one. But Bowler does enough to send it into the corner. It's Hades putting on some more pressure, but Sko. Great 50 on the left hand side into path for Bolo. Can he get it round? Finesse, not quite into the back of the goal though. Court keeping it alive, gets the touch, but Sonny doing just enough to send it away from net. And a glorious opportunity coming in there for Nox, but not quite.
There's Sko though answering with a good shot. Just finding the pass spot as he couldn't get to clear out far enough and score. Hammering that home. Really good shot from him.
Oh, that's the second time he's found that top bins, and he'll be wanting to do that quite a few more times and give themselves a glorious win here. But Spartax immediately cancels out the beautiful shot from Sko and says, "Don't you pay attention to that one, pay attention to me." Sends it over Captain Quarks into the far right hand corner, and we're all square against Cinex.
Yeah, all square again, and still 2 minutes left of the game, and I gotta say, both teams are firing here. Sko, can he find another one? 2 goals in this game for now for Sko. He's really showing up here for Nox, really trying to put the team on his back.
Sonny just seemed to be a little bit too aggressive on that one. He pushed a little bit too far forward off the kickoff and then left himself too much to do to try and get back. And great capitalisation there from Nox to send it into back of net. Might get another one here off the kickoff, keeping up some of the pressure, but they got to be careful though. Sonny saw the open space there, saw the opportunity, and Nox just didn't need to be that aggressive. All 3 of the players pushing really hard on that one. They had this, had the advantage, and sometimes you just got to take a breather and just give yourselves a chance to sort of capitalise on that. But fair play to Hades. Spartax. I can't get my sentence out against Cinex. This game has just got it all at the moment.
Yeah, it's a really, really good, high-scoring game here out of nowhere. From both defenses, like working super hard and being able to keep the ball out. To just finding a lot of holes here from both teams. They all struggle to keep the ball out of the net, but I gotta say also the offensive plays from both teams have been looking really, really nice.
Indeed. At the moment, the pressure coming in from Nox. Beautiful pass from Bowler, but not quite inspired for Sko, as Finesse had the speed to get in front of that one. Quark gets met in the air by Sonny, but he's keeping the ball alive for Nox in the corner. Bowler trying to work his magic, not quite on that occasion. Sko onto the left hand side, touch into the path for Quark, but they've got to be careful. But this time Bowler realises pushing too hard, and Sko, my word, it just seems like one mistake is going to be the difference between these 2 teams, and which team is going to crack first, who knows.
Yeah, both teams toying a little bit with the touches here. Is almost getting scored on. Just one minute detail and going wrong, and we can find an opportunity for one of the teams. I say, time is running out now. If it is a goal, it might just be the end of the game. There's only 20 seconds left now as Bola is going to try for a shot. Sonny just getting back for the save. What a shot from the Nox side. Really trying to hammer this home and finish this game off. But only 10 seconds left now.
Bowler, what a challenge in the air on that one. Can the ball be kept alive though? Bowler trying to keep it, not quite on this occasion, so it just had to be Cinex. It had to be that game 4 has gone into OT with a chance now for Hades to cause a bit of an upset. But Nox are finishing this series strong though. They've given themselves a few opportunities, and just one little opening or one one shot on target could be the difference here. Sko taking it to the air, but not quite on that occasion. Finesse now. Bit of back and forth in the midfield between these two teams. Maybe nerves are settling in. The awkward shot there. Bowler on the line. Easy enough for him to take it into the corner.
Interesting little pinch there for the ground from Sonny. Really almost catching the defense off guard, but just managed to get back onto it. And a little bit of an offensive play here from the Nox side. Spartak's going to the other side. The Sco's just back in time. Finesse keeping it up, but can't get it on target either. As Nox side just trying to keep it out of the defense right now.
It looks like they're slightly panicking at the moment as the pressure's being applied. They just got to watch the double commits. That's what caused the pressure. And Spartak's in the left-hand corner. Finesse thinking better of it. Instead, just buys the time now. Right-hand side. Lets the ball run away though. Bowler taking it to the air. Could be a good counter opportunity into path for Sko. Can't quite get on the end of it. Bowler though, not able to convert the chance. And definitely end-to-end stuff on the field at the moment. Neither team wanting to commit hard in this one, wanting to just make sure that they do the basics. Lovely challenge there from Bowler. Sonny thought the opportunity was there. Spartaks. My word. I'm almost scared to say something at the moment because I know whatever I say, it could just cause an absolutely massive caster curse.
Yeah, both teams finding almost finding that super nice opportunity to score a goal, but both defenses just managing to hold on as now score for another shot. And Nox finishes it off. Really nice pass there from Captain Quark, and nobody just not able to get to it in time, and Skull finishing off strong as he's done so many times this series. What a finish
there. As well, the demo. Literally finishing it with a bang. I mean, for me, the demo on the line there just took out that last man, opened up the opportunity, and Sko, he put in an absolutely rock-solid performance throughout and caps his night off with a beautiful opportunity now. And as I predicted, I called it 2-2. I mean, it wasn't a case of these two teams cancelling each other out. I mean, they both went hammer and tong and were absolutely going for it. Actually, I mean, this is a new one. Post-series stats as well. I mean, that's... I completely forgot about that, but that's another part of what's been going on behind the scenes there. As you can see, that's the overall standings for both teams there. And, I mean... and the MVP as well. It's another part of the new overlay. We can see the series MVP is Finesse. Now, the interesting thing is, though, do you agree with that one, Cynics? Would you have given it to Finesse?
I don't want to be harsh, but I don't think I would have, to be honest. I think Spartax was the one that really stood out for me in this series. Either Spartax or what's his name now again? I've already forgot. Was it Sko?
Was it Sko by any chance?
Sko, yeah. He was playing really good, really clear on the shots, and Spartax just opened so many opportunities for the Hades side and just scored a lot of the goals, opened a lot of chances for the Hades side. So those would be my two MVPs. So, but Finesse, gotta hand it to him. He did not play bad either. So. Who would you have had to as your?
Totally, I'm kind of with you on that as well. I mean, to be honest, Spartax and Sko were the two players that probably gave us the highlight clips of the series. It's probably why they sort of stand out. But you know, for both teams, all three players throughout played their role and kept it really. Really good, really consistent. Well, I say, actually, no, ignore that. It wasn't consistent. There were a few mistakes that were creeping in, but the point is, all three players on the team did their part when it counted, and that's the main thing to take away from that. I think it went to Finesse. That's what the computer decided. I think me and you, Cinex, probably. Go for the highlight plays, but nevertheless, I mean, what a series! What a way to kick off the stream, and to give the inaugural series for the new overlay. I mean, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I'm in love with it at the moment, and hopefully all you guys in Twitch who are watching this are loving it as well. So let us know your thoughts and opinions on that. But I mean, final thoughts then, Sinex, on that series before we round things off for this first series.
I gotta say, it was just a really good series. As both teams were able to find really good opportunities where they were able to find so much and played so well. And so I gotta say, it's a banger series to open up with this new overlay. So I'm just happy to be able to cast it as well. So and also with you as well. It's been really fun to cast with you. Obviously, we are not. I don't know if you are keeping on going, but this will be the last cast for me on this day at least. We'll be sure to cast more times with this overlay.
Oh yeah, no. Unfortunately for me as well, this is me and you sort of signing off for now. But coming up for you, we do have Danny Boy and Vino, two amazing casters who I'm sure will be bringing the hype as well. Because coming up for you, the next match is Momentum versus Kronos, and that's going to happen in about 15 minutes or so. But from us two for the first series and for that beautiful Ole, we'll love you and leave you, and we'll see you on the next one.
Two souls colliding. We shared the pieces of ourselves. It's perfect timing now. We fueled the flames, but we're still learning to trust, learning to trust. It's never enough, never enough. Burning me up, burning me up. Don't fight the fire. Too much, too fast to burn us out. We walk the wild. trust. It's never enough, never enough. Burning me up, burning me up. I won't fall when I'm picking you up. Of my hand, I won't be strong enough. Our love is stronger, and I'll be here. Might leave, now we're taking the jump. My pride, 'cause I know you're the one. Our love is stronger. Baby, I know that it's stronger than yesterday. That it's stronger than yesterday. Two sparks ignited. We left some space for us to breathe. My head is quiet now. I can rest in peace, 'cause you are more than enough, more than enough. Feeling the rush, feeling the rush. Burning in love, burning in love. Two souls united. This roaring blaze is soaring free. If you ever get tired, love, I'll sing you gently to sleep, 'cause you're still more than enough, more than enough. Feeling the rush, feeling the rush. Burning in love, burning in love. I won't fall when I'm picking you up. Of my hand, I won't be strong enough. Our love is stronger, and I'll be here. Might leave, now we're taking the jump. My pride, 'cause I know you're the one. Our love is stronger. Baby, I know that it's stronger than yesterday. And if you see me falling apart, oh, won't you keep me out of the dark, out of the dark, out of the dark, out of the dark. And hold on, we'll learn to love through all of the pain, 'cause it's so much more than yesterday, than yesterday. was, I didn't think that I was cut enough to bleed. Then I saw my secrets getting swallowed by the sea. Through a telescope, I saw a diamond glow. How you brought me home, I guess I'll never know. With God as my witness, never had it so good. Jumping into love, fires it's a dry wood. Started off as nothing, now it's gold, and it's all on you. With God as my witness, never had it so good. Jumping into love, fires it's a dry wood. Started off as nothing, now it's gold, and it's all on you. Looking at the girl, hand barely on the wheel. Got nowhere to go, but we can take it slow. How you brought me home, I guess I'll never know. I got my gifts from you. With God as my witness, never had it so good. Jumping into love, fires it's a dry wood. Started off as nothing, now it's gold, and it's all on you. Then it's all on you. Then it's all on you. I got my gifts from you.
I'm the storm that meets the moon. I'm the sun that will not move. Do you think you are? Who do you think you
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the RSC. It's nice to have everybody here for an historical day for a varied amount of reasons. We will, of course, get to those into a moment. Vino, how are you doing, first of all?
I'm very excited to join the casting booth together with you, Danny, for hopefully an amazing series of Rocket League around the corner. It's going to be the premier division this time around, and fair enough, it's going to be, well, hopefully exciting, because these two teams haven't yet gotten their first wins yet.
Well, hopefully exciting. We see already we may have a pessimist. We'll be interested to see how the predictions will lie, but we might as well see where the foot of the table here is. Vino was somewhat alluding to no win so far for these two sides, realistically speaking here, really. Somewhat at the crunch end of the season at week 7 here. Playoffs not far away here, so there is going to be a chance. A loose one at that. If you're going for your odds and predictions wise, you probably need about going 3-1, 4-0 here, but that's the standings where most things are, and it doesn't look quite good, especially for momentum's sake.
Yeah, they have to step it up in this series if they want to climb up the ranks after tonight. As everyone can see, they're currently at the bottom of the standings. So fair enough, they are a bit lacking, but them as a team, the roster looks pretty good, not gonna lie. It all depends on if they can work together as a team. But let's go through the teams then. Danny, could you take us through it?
Well, certainly, so we might as well move somewhat to Mighty Hades to give a bit of a spotlight to them, since they were the MVP. If you were seeing the first series of the day so far here, Spoon Clean and Evade Polar, the substitute in theory on paper. That's why he's got nothing there. Statistically, nothing outlandish, nothing special there, but their opposition counterparts in momentum, it looks like a poor set of numbers, but again, in the grand scheme of things, it's an even match from what this is being put on right now.
Indeed, it looks very even indeed. Apart from when we do look into the stats, it's a bit scary. Let's be honest here. To say a bit low in a way, but 14% shot at percentage over at NKS, and then Spoons with 18. They have to step up a big bunch in this series if they want to higher up those numbers. But let's go through predictions then. Danny, who do you think will be taking the series?
Well, everybody knows me as the king of solid predictions, so we'll go even more solid than that. It's a 2-2. Don't have much hope for either of these two sides to edge out the win, but I would suggest, Vino, that you might be a little bit more lenient to one side on which way this might break down.
Yeah, I am a bit more lenient towards one side because I'm here to make... I'm not here to be right. I'm just here to hopefully have a good time and, have my predictions on the correct path. But I believe it would be a 3-1 win on the momentum side. I believe they have what it takes to finally work as a team and climb up a bit higher in the rankings. I believe it is going to be an eye-opener in a way for them as well after this series. Even if they win or lose, it all depends, but it's going to be exciting. The first game just around the corner here in Manfield.
Well, certainly so. A special occasion for both sides who could really much boost their campaign. It's just whether they are capable of doing so. It's just a case of can they? Of course, Kronos, the Mighty Hades roster with the GM, of course, Sinji, done spectacularly well with, of course, his assistants respectively. So back all the way last season, looking to, of course, slightly perform a bit more here. And by the looks of things, we might have to be remaking the lobby here.
It's very unfortunate so far. It's a 1v2, but we will be remaking the lobby as requested by the players, or more so it is an issue on the Psionic side. The players cannot see names at all, which is a big key information for the players on who is who.
No, I think we'll play without it. Let's get rid of the colours too. Let's just have 6 invisible colours just flying around. Let's make it more difficult than it has to be, Vino.
That would be something fun to watch though. Oh well, or not watch, since you don't really see much apart from the ball going from left and right.
Well, potentially going left or right here, we might as well somewhat talk about the factor of certain of the two lineups as well a little bit further, since we do have time on our hands. With that, both sides should be relatively even, but again, the fact that Polar's not playing clean, evade, two sides been in the scene roughly about 2017. Spoons, on the other hand, a little bit question marks on his particular advantage or how he's going to play. The other three on the other side of the pitch, a little bit less so here, but by the looks of it, no issues this time around joining the pitch here. And by the looks of it, they're not even waiting for the cue. They want the gameplay, they want the action. So with no further ado, we do have the series underway.
Game 1 underway now, as it is a lot of pressure coming out from the side of Momentum, and already Aliu with a great double touch off the backboard.
Just like that, you want Falbers, you want somebody with a bit of presence onto the pitch here. The scoreboard, the leaderboard, everything just looking very much beige, simple, plain. That's already kicked things off quite nicely as Ali is up in case with a boost steal as well too, and falling to the backboard here. Vade and likewise got to be careful here. Could be quite really much a horrible experience to play against.
Yeah, but the momentum has been switched now at the ball. Back into the red half. Great pass into the middle. Daiki just taking possession. Tries to drop it down but can't really do so. A defender was in the way. NKS can't get the double touch either. Clear goes out now into the blue corner. But again, both teams just trying to scratch and try to find something within the defense. Maybe a mistake happening as Spoots doesn't one up yet again.
They're like with one touch, nice soft across, and NKS will just be forced into the middle here. Very much the opening minute here. Yes, we've had one goal, but not necessarily anything after that. And Vino, it's somewhat nice to see somewhat a lack of a goal-scoring set of matches. If you weren't watching the last series last time around, first of all, why weren't you? But we did see some games going 3-3, 4-4, and just going in terms of ridiculous numbers. This one, a lot more composed, especially for the Premier tier.
Yeah, way closer, as you can see. Both teams just trying to break the defense, try some new things, flip presets, as we can see from NKS, nearly slotting one through. Daiki can't follow through either. Awkward ball now, but the clear is through. Clean sends one out. Some breathing air for the team of Might of Hades at the moment, but the ball is still in their half. Finally, Clean does find a clear. For now, a good shot on target as well. NKS does get a save. A bit awkward off the ball as well, as Daiki does send one up. And that was a close call, as I was just about to speak. You know, we've seen demos go through, we've seen team plays, attempts and everything to try to break down the defense, and so far it's not working out for them.
No, it hasn't. One save, and that's rarely been much that has kept these two sides apart there. As NKS will get at least a dribble start. There was a pre-jump, evades down clean, so at least the Might of Hades defensive rotation has they solidified after the original mishap, of course, as Evade getting involved into the play somewhat, but not necessarily proactive in terms of stopping the advancement downfield here, with pretty much momentum, as the name suggests, just getting away with things.
Yeah, Might of Hades just got away from murder there. That was a bit too close for their liking, but you know, again, mistakes happened. Momentum could not capitalize on the situation, and the ball was just left dragging along the goal line as Clean struggles to get a clear here. Spoods as well, just getting blocked by NKS. That's an open net for Daiki though, and he will capitalize and get the second goal for Momentum.
Just two double commits and one wide open net here. Just needs to tap it on in, and that's exactly what was executed. Momentum, fair enough, showing that the foot at the table means absolutely nothing. Maybe they just had a horrible set of runs, or just taking that long to congeal in terms of performance here. But early days in the opening game. Of course, the series still, of course, 4 games to be played no matter what, of course. And Evade Clean They've been here before many a times. They know what's expected at this level. Maybe it's just a slow start, perhaps.
Great block this time around, Daiki. Just force one through. Can't really follow up. Though as Aliu went for the shot, but Evade was there to block it. And KS now dropping down for Daiki! Nearly snuck one away, but Evade was in the way. As Spoots does get a good pop into the corner, and KS does retrieve it. On the counter attack now, over one. Can't get it by Spoots. And another block by Daiki though, this time around, into the corner. Clean. Tries his best to get a clear, but that's a brilliant shot, a bit too wide though, and KS sends it away, but now another shot by Evade does follow through, and it's getting closer to the equalizer.
Just a bit of play to move across the defensive right to left, centre down. And there we have it, Kronos, the mighty Hades Premier team finally showing a little bit of spark here, but from kickoff we've seen 1-2 already in the earlier tier, a lot lower down, clean, tips it, but not good enough.
So close yet so far, Aliu with a brilliant small touch on the block for clean, but NKS came out of nowhere and forced it through. Nothing he could have done there with 23 seconds left on the clock. It's all or nothing.
All or nothing with 20 seconds. I think game one is already concluded. No real ambition has been shown, other than that maybe one goal prior to it might already dampen the Chronos spirits here, and they know just like that. Game one already into the books.
Indeed, Evade looking for a second one, but can't really get it by Daiki. The ball will slowly make its way to the middle, and Spurs are stuck it under the crossbar, getting it a second for Might of Hate, but it is momentum that takes the game.
And 3-2, 3-1. Really much the last second goal there. Not really much to sit home and ride about, but momentum. They've got a win. Not a series win just yet, but at least a win on the board there. It's, again, these are the type of games where they have to somewhat climb their way through. If not here, it's becoming a more difficult challenge. Mighty Hades, though, well, Vino, I'll let you have the first real thoughts here on how that series really went.
Well, to be honest, there were a lot of mishaps on both sides. Momentum we saw earlier just let an opportunity go away from them. They could have had 4 goals in this game, actually. But, of course, we saw how that went. The ball just left bouncing away on the goal line and safe into safety as well. Kronos didn't really have to worry much about that. But mainly, the team plays from Kronos and then the physical plays that they've been trying to do, and then of course endured from momentum as well. It's just a bit too much in a way from for Kronos to handle. But so far it's a bit it was a shaky end on the side of momentum, but we go over to game number 2 in a few moments time.
There you have it. Maybe early performance shakes, but not, however, the way we would like it to end. Is game 2 already starting as NKS is already facing his opposition counterparts in defence. Not an opening goal just yet here. Second phase of play almost stifled out immediately. That was what was missing from Kronos and what was almost ideal here. But what a bump to get things kicked off.
Now this is what we love to see. Evade couldn't get the block, but you know what? I'll just take care of the defender for you. Helps out clean in the open net and hoping things up in the second game for Kronos.
It's what they needed. Vino, we were looking at the last game circle. Are you really performing? Are you really there? Yes, they got 2 goals, but wasn't 2 goals that were outstanding. That one goal that actually made the game tight in terms of the scoreboard. Yes, it was good. It provided hope, but here is at least the evidence that they have woken up in game 2.
NKS nearly just snuck it by. I guess we've tried to force it through. But the ball now. A small ghost hit there on the side of Kronos as Daiki can't make contact with the ball to follow it up. Evade with a pinch to the middle. That's really dangerous. NKS dropped it down clean with the save. Evade finally sends it out. Now that was a bit shaky on the side of Kronos.
Clean. Up and around. NKS will be beaten, and just like that, Evade with the ball presented wide open. 2-0. 2-0. You might have a deja vu, but it's not to Momentum. It's Kronos with the lead.
Very early into this game, Kronos already has a 2-goal lead now. It's looking very good for the team after losing by 1 goal the previous one. They found their momentum, and let me just tell ya, Evade has found the third.
A kick-off goal for the third here. Momentum, who were performing quite well, executing what they had to do. Now with, what, 90 seconds less than that even. Looking like a side just struggling to break out of their half. They were at one point potentially going to score, but that was from kick-off. They had a shot there directly at the keeper, but Kronos dealt with it, moved it down, and well, here we have it. Momentum now with the question at their doorstep.
Aliu right for a power shot behind Clean, couldn't get it. Possession on Daiki, no boost, going for the double touch nonetheless, couldn't find it. NKS can't block Spoots either, but it's now Aliu. We have a flip reset, can't really get it by a double commit from the Kronos side, but Spoots is there to send it away as Aliu drops it down, can't find a teammate in the middle. Evade now, looking to make it a solo play, can't really get it off the backboard. Spoot sends it up to the backboard as well, so does Clean. Shot off the shot, not on target, a team pinch does the job to clear it out as Daiki leaves it for NKS. Off the backboard, now no one on the blue side following up as Clean. Put it into Daiki. Evade in the corner, but so far nothing's working, and Demo comes out on the defense as well, but no one to follow it up. Every opportunity so far has just been left in the dust as they can't really do much against the Kronos side at the moment.
That has been the evidence on our screens here as Kronos, who's just pretty much here this time around, has stifled any real development here. No shot just been put across here, where Momentum has almost tripped themselves on the rotation, hasn't really found each other, and you just saw them crisscross in terms of the pathway. Not clean, not executed well, and he just sits there and just momentarily took a sip of water. In fact, he just tipped it to the side. And you know what here? You had your prediction at 3-1 at one point. You were arguing at which way it's going to go. I thought it was 2-2. Simply because of how tipsy-turvy their scores have been so far from week 6 and below. And they know game 3's going to have its own problem here, working out which way this is going.
Indeed. But as you were speaking, Danny, an amazing play out the side of Momentum, but Aliu over one and then passed over, got the demo on the defender as well. With 1 minute and 20, it's still alive.
Potentially, especially with this amount of time left, could develop into something here. And Evade just waiting patiently, saw his two teammates getting involved here. KNS up and around, blocked it goes. Aliu's there, but tips away here at the midfield. 60 odd seconds, that's the difference between the two. And unfortunately for them, time's not off the favour of Momentum. They desperately need to get one more shot on target and actually go in at the same time.
Yeah, as we are speaking, the ball at the moment just can't really find its way into the back of any net. Attempts have been made, both physically and just mechanically. Flip resets happening, double touches, but we haven't seen much passing so far from any team. They've just been focusing on getting the ball out and trying to, put it through the net, as we just saw as well. Spoot finally retrieved a pass off Evade as he does get erased by Aliu, but that's a Good opportunity now. Clean with a double touch. Does force it through. Daiki was so close to sending it out, but it doesn't go that way.
Well, you may be asking for passing players or at least something to elevate the idea or the approach from both ends. Sometimes the mechanic speaks for itself, and Clean known for arguably a high level off that back in his day, showing at least some of the class that he did ooze with, but what might be the more important headline as it stands, even though the double touch might be the talking point for a few others, 1-1 in the series, raced effectively 3. Unfortunately for them, I'm actually a bit complex here on why both of these sides aren't performing that bit better in terms of what we've seen so far in 2 games.
I mean, coming out of game 1, we would expect, you know, a super close game, maybe a win for one of the sides of, 2-1, perhaps even the final score, but we did not expect that it would be 4-1 into the way of Kronos. They stepped it up quite a bit in the second game, scoring 2 goals very early on and then extending it at the end as well. But, in your opinion, Danny, what does momentum have to do if they want to come back in game 3?
I think that's one of those situations where you're asking, Victor, is which side wants to clean up their own back end first. We saw, really, if you want to, while the scoreline says 3-2 officially, it was, in my opinion, 3-1, 4-1 in those 2 games here. Not either side is able to defend or at least get themselves back into the game. There's not that sense of teamwork, which is, this is 2 sides that in theory have picked each other to play with. You wanted the passing players, we haven't got the passing players. All what we've seen is a few shots on target, and occasionally some might slip in too.
A good clear comes out, but Daiki is there to send it away. Aliu does retrieve it, tries to send it to the middle, does do so, looking for a bomb as well. He does get one. NKS will drop it down, and that is the team play we want to see.
Just the pass into the middle might have been simple and basic by most standards. Breaks through the defence nonetheless here. It was pretty much scattered by Kronos, and that's the second time in the series. You just have to look back at the opening. That momentum is scored from the kickoff. They've led from that moment there. Maybe they're just such better in charge of the game, but they do have Clean here with the ball and possession.
Commit to pinch it out yet again on the side of momentum. This time Daiki did not get contact on the ball, but there was a bump on a player instead. But Clean now over to Spurs. That's a really good pass, but just caught off short yet again as Aliu sends it over Clean, looking to pass into the middle. Might even just go for a solo play. Can't get it by Spurs. NKS getting annoyed with evade in the corner, but at the moment Daiki back to the middle. Aliu sends it high. Daiki forced to turn on the ball yet again.
There's a vein. Not necessarily turning these players into golden moments, but at least it is downwards and at least their momentum. We'll see how the overlays will look. Be interesting in terms of how the 3% of field domination will be, but 90 seconds gone by with momentum's 1 goal. Similar like game 1 here. They're now ramping up at least the speed to the game here, so potentially a small adaptation. Nice pass, but it is Clean nonetheless getting it away.
And keeping it away, sends it off to the over half as well, but Daiki on the counter attack couldn't perform much there, but that's a dangerous touch by Spurs, nearly on-goaling. No boost to work with in an awkward situation, but evade does give him a helping hand. The ball over to the blue corner as Daiki can't pinch it out. Aliu off to the side. Spurs is there, but does get blocked in the process as evade just getting beat by Daiki onto the ball. Clean trying to get it to the middle. Can't really do much. NKS over 1. A demo by Clean as well, but it is not on the half of blue at the moment as Aliu tried to put it off to the side, but Daiki, that's a very, very unfortunate miss as Clean forces it through.
And there we have it. finally Kronos time the game up, especially when they have struggled to do so. Both sides guilty of that one at charge. Now we have at least a complexion of somewhat of a problem here by both. At least needs an answer here. Momentum, can they regain a lead, and can Kronos convert into a lead? We have that answer, and it didn't take long.
From making a mistake to redeeming themselves, Daiki is the one to grab the lead back for Momentum. There's still a lot of time left for Kronos to work with, but there's now back.
We might just see the third one slip on in as well too. This is pretty much a repeat and rinse off the first game at this point here, and we go for tittle and tattle of what may be better, what may not be, but I suppose credit when it's due here. When you are in front, lead by a commanding, but the only problem is Momentum doesn't seem to like 4, 5 or 6 goals, but they could easily head in this direction with this set of play.
Great pressure coming out from the side of Momentum. Daiki gets a double touch off the backboard to center it. Evade. Must force it through. But the ball in the hands of NKS now. Can't really go much further, but Alyu just sent it one back at him. That's a shot on target, but Evade came home very early to make the save. Alyu a bit to the side. Daiki tried to force it through. Evade now looking for Spoots upfield. Can't really make contact. NKS off to the side. Alyu now does beat a defender to the ball. Tries to put it through, but can't really do so.
There's Clean. Evades to his, of course, direct side of him. Not really fully paying off here. Downwards ball here. It's not on target in the slightest. Clean straight up now. Flip reset will be blocked by the defender. 2 defenders up. Had to with Ali this time. And it's now a wide open net here. And Evade gets back in time. And the demo actually plays a hindrance to this opposition that Momentum would love to have that one back in time.
That was such an unfortunate time. The demo just having an open net, but then out of nowhere, a defender just spawns in and gets the save. Now the ball back over the blue half. Evade makes sure it is in the blue half. Good double touch by Spoots to the middle, but Clean got erased from the field. At NKS now on the backboard, Alyu tries to pop it down but can't really do so. Evade with a miss, but Spoots helps him out. Clean tries to drop it down, but Alyu gets there before him. NKS now looking for Daiki, can't make contact, the clock is ticking. Danny is looking good so far, and it is already written down.
Well, it's far from looking good. It's looking pretty for Momentum. A 3-1 scoreline, pretty much what should have been game 1, but I think we'll just leave that one for a debating point for well after the fact here. 3-2, 4-1, 3-1, giving us sort of the 2-1 split. The second game actually providing that sort of interesting sort of bump in the road. We'll of course find out while it evens out in a moment. Field domination 57, so pretty much as we expected from the early start, the kickoff and all that was Momentum. But Vino, we haven't seen what we were asking for. Realistically speaking, what we saw, maybe one passing play. We haven't seen that sort of groupness together here. That sort of 1, 2, 3, pass it up, maybe hold the ball occasionally. It's just been launch it upfield and like a roll of a dice. Let's see if it lands on one or not.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of physical plays as well. Very early on, we saw the pass by Alyu and then the bump on their last defender. But at the dying stages of this third game as well, we've seen, as you mentioned, they're just lobbing it over to the other field, hoping that one of the team members could just, maybe redirect it into the net. But that's, something that we don't really want to see. Sure, passing plays are amazing to watch, and if perfected, it's a masterpiece. But we move over to game number 4, the final game of this series, and a final chance for Kronos to come back and tie the series.
That will be Kronos' ideal. The idea of winning has gone away. Momentum effectively on match point if they want to take the series. If not, it's a draw. It's a nice handshake and back to the pavilion, effectively so, but not going to be Momentum's ideal start here. Clean downwards ball, and this one will be tipped to the side, and Kronos on the advancement.
Yes, now does find Aliu, sorry, in the corner, but that's a miss from both sides here. The ball still in the red corner as an abusive play comes out. As a demo goes through the save as well. Evade with the bomb made the attacker save their own shot. As Clean now hoping to keep it away from net, and KS can't really put it more further deep into the middle, but that's an open net. Aliu will force it through and finally grab the lead for Momentum.
Nice to see the Momentum's white strip colour flashes into brilliance there. A side that was desperately clinging at the bottom of this table, looking for a single win, a single series win at that too. They might have found a side willing to roll over when the pressure gets to them, and unfortunately for them, it's this red Kronos that has been giving up here a free opportunity, especially at the start of each game, and it's now coming to haunt them here.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Kronos. They did a lot of mishaps to even allow the ball to get so close to net, and then for Evade to get a miraculous touch onto the attacker to make them save their own shot, but then later on to just get shot after shot on their own backboard, and then finally one goes through. It just shows that they were pretty much, no matter if the ball gets cleared or not, the ball just returns back into their own half, and the attack just starts all over again.
Just gets tipped down to the side here, half-time approach. We haven't seen anything really of a decent shot that has at least threatened one or two key moments here, but everything that has been flying around here, you have been probably seeing at the top right of your corner as well, is the merch out of RSC. Whether you want to put a hoodie, stick it in a cup, well, unfortunately there's one mug there, and that's a defender wishing he saved this one.
Evade not being back post might be the reason that the ball went through, but nonetheless they're at the back foot now, 2-0 yet again, and Momentum looks to be, well, a slow start at the first, but as a big Spoots does force one through.
Just when you just thought when Kronos couldn't do it, once again it's like game one all over for the third, or effectively the third time it has us similarities at this point in time here. The only issue is they didn't score the second time until the dying second here and left themselves with no opportunity. They of course conceded Momentum's third and allow that impossibility to develop. Invade over the spoon, and one touch here. If they get the second goal here, it is a different complexion, but again it's about scoring, and Kronos has not done enough of it.
And right now looking to make a play, puts it up high into the corner. That's off a defender as well, but Daiki sends it off clean. Try to force it through. Aliu just blocks it and cuts it short. Daiki now with the ball, looking to make it further out into the red half. Does get a small pinch, but not good enough to get it by clean. Aliu does get a block. Gets it over Spurs, looking to pass it into the middle. That's dropping down. Evade with a miss. That might be crucial. But Clean gets back in time to make the save. Now the clear into Aliu. Can't really get it further than that.
Can't, or won't, or potentially stopped. Momentum's doing what they had to. Kronos is now finding their feet. Aliu just straight down, blocked it goes, and there should be a challenger. There was, and it's been forced to the side here. Kronos, what have you got here? You've got about 60 seconds to scramble a secondary goal. There's a demo, there's a potential chance, but it's been shut down. Momentum just lapsed here at Kronos. That's all that you had to throw. It's too little, perhaps too late.
Kronos had everything going to their plan apart from finishing the job, but so far they might have cooked up something new but couldn't really force it through. They now looking to drop it down. That's a dangerous touch by NKS. Everyone on the side of Momentum missing spoons, even put it onto Daiki, and that might be the last chance that Kronos will ever get to equalize the game.
20 seconds, and that statement is unfortunately looking almost like a horror show for Kronos. Will they get that chance? Evade, one shot block tipped away here. It will just be pushed aside. A double commit through the two teammates that needs to advance into this white. It unfortunately might be sparkling white here for Momentum. It might be their series win. One last chance. No. 3-1 on the series. More importantly, Momentum finally takes a series win.
The first ever series win, and it came in clutch, very close at the end as well. But to be fair, it should have gone to overtime in this game. There were a lot of mishaps coming out from Kronos. There were a lot of opportunities as well that were just wasted. But hey, it is Momentum, and they won't be mad over it either. They're probably ecstatic they got their first series win, and congratulations to Momentum for that as well.
Well, certainly so. There is the goals, and look at it, 98 just shows you the amount that was being output was probably low. It's one of those series that won't be remembered in terms of its shooting abilities, or at least the accuracy that came through. It's probably quite low. Stats across the board. Do you know what? Pretty much as expected. It's just a question on which and who is the MVP or not. And, well, Vino, who is it?
Honestly, everyone played really well, but especially Aliu. He is the series MVP. He made so many crucial plays during which I remember, and you probably also remember, off the backboard, the pass into the middle, just a slight touch, then going for the bump on the last defender, forcing it through for the team, and it's a well-deserved MVP indeed.
Well, very much deserved, but again, there's still the campaign of the Premier Tier doing battle, and you know what, there is still more on the RSC today. There is one series as well, Severance versus Aju, who is up next here on the R itself here, and by the looks of it, that's approximately, give or take, 20 minutes if you want to, just to save yourself maybe a bit of time zone conversion. But from all of us here at the RSC, we're going to take a quick break, but there's going to be two more casters taking you through that action there.
Sipping on that walk and it's heavy now. Hey, running on my guap and it's steady now. Hey, I didn't want that top and it's been a while. Hey, trying all these pills, how I'm living now. Hey, sipping on that walk and it's heavy now. Hey, running on my guap and it's steady now. Hey, I didn't want that top and it's been a while. Hey, trying all these pills, how I'm living now. Hey, sipping on that walk and it's heavy now. Hey, running on my guap and it's steady now. Hey, I didn't want that top and it's been a while. Hey, trying all these pills, how I'm living now. Yeah, I didn't want that cake. She didn't want my money when I pull up in the rave. Hop on my way, but where am I going? Get into the cake, yeah, you know I'm a boy. Yeah, you know I got a problem, but I just want a cake. Money on me, yeah, you know I won't change. Too many thoughts when I pull up in the range. Too many thoughts when I pull up in the range. Yeah, I didn't want a cake. She didn't want my money when I pull up in the rave. Hop on my way, where am I going? Get into the cake, yeah, you know I'm a boy. Sipping on that walk and it's heavy now. Running on my guap and it's steady now. I didn't want that top and it's been a while. Trying all these pills, how I'm living now. Ayy, sipping on that walk and it's heavy now. Ayy, running on my guap and it's steady now. Ayy, I didn't want that top and it's been a while. Ayy, trying out these pills, how I'm living now. Ayy, sipping on that walk and it's heavy now. Ayy, running on my guap and it's steady now. Ayy, I didn't want that top and it's been a while. Ayy, trying out these pills, how I'm living now. Ayy, pop a little molly, hope I don't die. Why she always lying? Yeah, I see it in her eyes. Pull up in the coupe, now she going right. Pull up in the coupe, now she going right. Now I'm feeling alright. I'm speeding through the night. I'ma curl my whip, and I hope it don't die. I don't want that cake. She don't wanna fuck me when I pull up in the right. Up on my way, but where am I going? Get to the cake, yeah, you know I'm a boy. Sipping on that walk and it's heavy now. Running on my guap and it's steady now. I didn't want that top and it's been a while. Trying out these pills, how I'm living now. Ayy, sipping on that walk and it's heavy now. Ayy, running on my guap and it's steady now. Ayy, I didn't want that top and it's been a while. Ayy, trying out these pills, how I'm living now. Ayy, sipping on that walk and it's heavy now. Ayy, running on my guap and it's steady now. Ayy, I didn't want that top and it's been a while. Ayy, trying out these pills, how I'm living now.
All I need tonight is your voice and an upright piano. Cause those are two of my favorite sounds. The lions at the gate in my mind, and we've run out of ammo. But everything is gonna be just fine. Can we roll it? Can we hold it? Can we drink it, chop it up and smoke it? Can we peel it? Can we pop it? Cause we don't like feeling these emotions. Can we try it? Can we find it? Can we please be kind and just rewind it? This is real life, these are real times, and we're always wanting to escape them. Put down that vice, they're all nice. Let's have a conversation. Cause you are one of my favorite songs. It always ends the same way for you, and those demons are chasing. Can we face them? Can we roll it? Can we hold it? Can we drink it, chop it up and smoke it? Can we peel it? Can we pop it? Cause we don't like feeling these emotions. Can we try it? Can we find it? Can we please be kind and just rewind it? This is real life, these are real times, and we're always wanting to escape them. All I need tonight is your voice. All I need tonight is your voice. Let's not roll it, let's not hold it, let's not drink it, chop it up or smoke it. All I need tonight is your voice. Can we roll it? Can we hold it? Can we drink it, chop it up or smoke it? Can we peel it? Can we pop it? Cause we don't like feeling these emotions. Can we try it? Can we find it? Can we please be kind and just rewind it? This is real life, these are real money, two for the hoes. I got nobody and I'm on my own. Yeah, I'm on my own. No one to trust, so I'm fine all alone. I don't wanna say good riddance, but you let me down, wasn't with it. I don't even know what I'm living for. You held me down, couldn't pivot from the hell I made that I live in. I guess I just have to finish your plan of destruction to end what we love, to cut ourselves off and keep holding a grudge. I guess being rich was just never enough to save what we love or our death from above. One for the money, two for the hoes. I got nobody and I'm on my own. Yeah, I'm on my own. No one to trust, so I'm fine all alone. I'm so sick of this way of life. Love has failed, I can do no right. Pray to God that I'll see the light. If I say I'm fine, then it's all just lies. I feel the darkness around me. I know my demons surround me. Even the light that I held close was absent the moment they found me. Where do I run? Tell me, where do I turn to escape my head filled with trouble and hurt? The blood on my shoulders has soaked through my skin. I bang on the door, but they won't let me in. Don't want to drift away into the past, but I just can't get over all that I had, all that I lost when I found what I sought. Let myself go just to get what I've got. One for the money, two for the hoes. I got nobody and I'm on my own. Yeah, I'm on my own. No one to trust, so I'm fine all alone. I'm so sick of this way of life. Love has failed, I can do no right. Pray to God that I'll see the light. If I say I'm fine, then it's all just lies.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Turns to sun rays, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. and we'll grow in number. Fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go.
Yeah, next I just curd that chick, yeah, the album rich. Labels bout to tell me how they gonna make me rich. 50 milli independent, they ain't touching it, no, no. Yeah, they ain't touching it. Next I just curd that chick, yeah, the album rich. Labels bout to tell me how they gonna make me rich. 50 milli independent, they ain't touching it, no, no. Yeah, they ain't touching it, yeah. The old me is dead, R.I.P. Bad chicken Hulu's all I need. Lunch with the fam like steaks on me. Fast lane breaks, don't need them. Text that girl, don't need her. She act flaky skirt. Yeah, her boyfriend on the Insta. She got no shit when she flirts. Y'all can't have it, but just know I have to have it first. I move swiftly, I move forward. No, I'm never in reverse. Told her if she has it once, I just might be hers. Yeah, I'll be the man. What else you heard? If they really want to smoke, I'll take some shots on the low. I'll take some shots on the low. If they really want to smoke, I'll take some shots on the low. I'll take some shots on the, yeah. Next, I just curd that chick, yeah, the album rich. Labels bout to tell me how they gonna make me rich. 50 milli independent, they ain't touching it. Yeah, they ain't touching it. Next, I just curd that chick, yeah, the album rich. Labels bout to tell me how they gonna make me rich. 50 milli independent, they ain't touching it.
Yeah, yeah, I know, baby, I got what you need. You just gotta figure out what you gon' offer me. Traveling so much, now that taking flights routine. I've been in the West, so I ain't stressing about a thing. Mira loca, I got options, one dance soca, one a rock chick. I just got back from New York, I really got my city poppin'. I do not do that commitment, expectations make it toxic. And I like my women freaky, they could join her, they could watch it. I got stacks up in my pocket, remember it was change. I've been placing bets where the rest are placing blame. Got an app for private jets just in case I need a plane. And a lawyer riding with us if we need something explained. I keep them on retainer, homie, we don't do no legal fees. I don't do to build a body, she with me then she unique. People riding with me cause to win you gonna need a team. If you out here messing up my energy then leave me be.
Next, I just curd that chick, yeah, the album rich. Labels bout to tell me how they gonna make me rich. 50 milli independent, they ain't touching it. Yeah, they ain't touching it. Next, I just curd that chick, yeah, the album rich. Labels bout to tell me how they gonna make me rich. 50 milli independent, they ain't touching it. Yeah.
He was out there, looking at the landscape, and I guess lost by holes his beauty. And I look at them, happy to see this. And I look at them, because it won't be done.
Y'all ready for this? Hello, everybody, and welcome back to RSC12 Week 7 and our third series of the night. My name's Smokey Beer, and I'm here with Biggles. How you doing, Biggles?
Doing fantastic. I'm looking forward, of course, to our elite game that's coming up tonight for our league play. This is Week 7, and we've also had that fantastic new graphics that we're bringing here at the RSC EU. Looking good, my friend. Will it boost these teams to perform a little bit better?
Well, this is it. These teams know that they're going to be playing on stream, and just looking at the matches that we've played so far, we've had a draw and that 3-1 that I'm sure everyone just watched there. Momentum taking that victory from Kronos, and I think playing on stream always has that little element of dynamics, doesn't it? And adds a little bit of nerves to everyone.
It certainly does, and that's the first one that we've seen currently at the moment that's taken that little bit of an edge, momentum taking the edge there on Kronos. What about tonight, of course, in our elite division that we're having up with Andrew there, and Surveillance will be an interesting one as we're looking currently at the moment of the standings currently as the 48 games have been played for these teams. This will be up to a couple more tonight, and there, as you can see, the little bit of percentage, a little bit of a gain advantage, just you'd have to say for Andrew there, but it's certainly close on 6th and 7th in their standings.
Yeah, as you can see there, it's 21 and 27, Andrew, and Severance is 20 and 28. So really not much between these teams at all, and I think that's going to show on the field. I think that these players are going to be really matched well for each other here, or maybe not. Who knows?
Well, you get your predictions out there in the Twitch chat, of course. Hello, welcome everybody. I'll get a chance to glance over there. I will be reading and engaging with you out there because we love everybody. Make sure you obviously follow us as well too. If you are enjoying the team, if you love your Rocket League, this is one of the best Rocket Leagues you're going to find on the planet. Of course, you can also join all the Discord and all the website, the socials, information, of course, and follow our sponsors. And we'll be happy. We'll give you a Christmas card, perhaps, and look at those detailed stats as well too with those players. As you can see, you got J-Sucks, Crayon, and Brick Diggy. I think they'll be starting again in this one. Carl D, Kaz, Trax, and Swift Fox. Not quite sure which one of those team members will be sitting this one out.
Yeah, well, that's it. You've got 4 players available on your roster, and depending on everybody's availability and who's willing to show up and how the captain picks the teams, or however the teams are drawn, you can have 3 excellent players for each team, and I think that is exactly the case right here. Looking at everybody on Ox Gaming's side there, Cal's only played 8 games, so will we maybe see an appearance from Cal there? That's what I'm thinking.
It's a possibility. Asterix is out there in the chat saying he's not needed, so that's the reason why Asterix hasn't been played. Asterix, of course, any predictions from you out there in the chat? Most people in the chat have actually predicted a draw. And speaking of predictions, what about your prediction, Smokey Bear?
Well, do you know what? I think everyone in chat's lined up with myself. I'm going for the draw.
All right, you're sitting on the fence as well? Okay, fair enough. In this one, I'm going all out. I'm usually pretty good at predicting these events, so I'm predicting Andrew for a wash, a 4-0 sweep. How's that for Bold and Brave? Sorry about that one, Asterix out there. But that's just what I foresee. I just think that the team, basically, after the last couple of games, look like that they're on a roll here. They could be looking for a 3 in a row victories. So we'll find out very, very soon, of course.
Yeah, that's it, Andrew. They've won their last 2, and Severance a win and a loss. And it's a -2 goal difference for Andrew, and -12 goal difference for Severance. So both of these teams know how it feels to be taking shots and feeling that pressure. It might be the question of who can deal with it better in this matchup. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be very, very crucial, I think, the first couple of scores, the first game, no doubt. And because you're just going into games wins and games losses, and of course, this is not a best of series, so that in itself kind of doesn't really deliver as much pressure. I think some of the teams can go, we can afford to lose a game here or something like that. But then again, I do want to see a sweep. We haven't seen one in our Week 7 today. Of course, on a Tuesday. We have plenty more Rocket League action coming up in the next following days. But so we'll see how that's all going to pan out. The Elite Division, the Glaciers, we'll get ready to start this very soon. And everybody get hyped up, of course. This will be the final match you're going to get to see today. And I hope you're going to enjoy it with our fantastic debut of the new graphics package that this league has invested a lot of money and time into. And I hope you definitely are enjoying so much more action, so much more that this league is bringing. The growth is absolutely impressive. And it's just probably getting started, my friend.
You know, you're absolutely right. RSC EU is going to go so far, and isn't everything looking so spectacular? And just to match it as well, we've had such spectacular Rocket League happening on the field tonight. And just as I was saying, I think there's more coming right up.
Hope you got your popcorns. This stadium is sold out, so scalping tickets might not even be available right now. Look at those eggs absolutely pumped up for these teams. It's a great, there's no rain, so it's not a typical European match, of course, as this isn't the virtual world, so when we are going to get wet weather into this. But I'll tell you one thing, what we are going to get is the action about to start. Game 1.
Well, here we go. Game 1 has kicked off, and I'll tell you, it's absolutely boiling here. I hope those eggs are doing okay. Trax now taking that ball up from the corner. Cheeky! Demo's the one in the back wall, and Keza has a lovely open net. Very well done there from Trax. Pushing up, serious pressure there. Delete the defence, score the open goal, and go 1-0 up within 12 seconds. That's what you want right now if you're Andrew.
What an absolutely fantastic play, of course. Yeah, trick pass. Look at this. Couldn't even be tricking past another defender. Trax playing with his food very well. They say don't play with your food well. This Trax certainly is lining up. Look at that. Beats one of the defenders. Koa's coming hammering down there and passing it off to his teammate off the crossbar. I'm not quite sure the good communication on that one, but hey, it worked before. They're trying it again. Complete domination. Currently, you'd have to say at the moment there from Anjo coming out of the gate.
Yeah, looking really strong here. Kao even trying that infield pass read without any boost there. That just goes to show you the faith these players have in each other. Excuse me. Here's Trax now again, trying to take that ball into that corner. It seems to be a dangerous area, an area they can work with. Cal here just bumps Crayon again, and you can see the physicality's coming out already here in game 1. They're looking feisty, they're looking good. Cal's up, gets that second touch, is wide past the post. Can't believe it. Thought that was maybe going to be a clip here already. Whew.
Almost an assist exactly from the opposition team. Straight in there as they're running out of boosts. Because they're pushed back into their goal area at the moment. They can't get out and pick up some of the boosts. But that's a shot from downtown. And Lucky Trax was there to pick up the pieces on that, but not the second time round. And Crayon has scored and puts his team on into the books.
Yeah, lovely play there from Jason, passing across there. Crayon, you know, just nicely taps it in, just puts it exactly where it needs to be. And you know, especially when you're a goal down, you need to have that composure. So, you know, really well done there from Severance to bring this back. But will they be able to keep the pressure up now against Andrews? Andrew are looking to straight away from that kickoff deny any more opportunities. But wait a minute, Jason has something to say about that. Jason's like, you know what? I'm just going to put this in the back of the net.
Yeah, that's the memo you got. Just score. It's pretty straightforward, isn't it? And of course, the assist there from Crayon. Another little breakdown in the defense. So maybe Andrew's pushing up a little bit too much and forgetting about the old important defense on the other end.
Crayon now taking his time there, but it was a good read, good 50 as well from the defender. Now Cal just punching it off the wall. Players just diving at everything, trying to read absolutely every ball that goes into the air right now. Speaking of one, here's Trax. Trax gets the second touch. Actually, it's forced against the player for a 50. And it's going to be an easy clear for Crayon to pull out. Now Severance, from being 1-0 down, are 2-1 up. And they're looking to pile on the pressure. Brick Diggity trying to swing it in. Jason can't quite find the connection. Now Crayon looking to take over from Cal's pass off. Keza though, taking that fight to the sidewall, opening up that play in the midfield for Trax. But again, Brick Diggity just diving at it. Players very forced 50s right now. Keza up in the air, trying to go for that double tap, but it's just fell short.
All the twos are on the clock almost, and they got to get another two to score at the moment. Otherwise, my predictions are going to go out the door. This is an opportunity. There it is, down the middle. Trax is not going to miss that one. Nothing but net. And now we do have the 2s on the clock. This game is even.
Well, that was a nice calculated play there. Cal and Trax are linking up there from the backboard to the penalty area and into the back of the net, and now that's just what you love to see. An equaliser. We're looking good from our prediction as well here in game 1. Right now both of these teams are absolutely hammering plays back up and down the field at each other. Now Jason gets to pick it up with a bit of time, goes low instead. Keza's going to have loads of time up in the air here. Rick Diggity can't get it. Keza manages to get it up to that back corner, but nothing's going to come from this play. Trax is just waiting back in the midfield on that shadow. Crayon now, but there's no boost.
Yeah, straight past to the defenders. Worked quite well, and there's Jason chasing it down, and that's exactly what you want to be able to do. Get the 50s in the mid. Covered. Rez's mix missed it. Crayon now got a touch of the ball there. He's going to Brick. Brick's going to have to send it down like a brick wall, but couldn't quite get the angle down. Jason's now in the middle here. And of course, look out for Jason, already scoring 2 of those goals, looking for a third one. We're just about approaching that minute mark at the moment. Broken away play, a bit of ping pong between both the teams as they're desperately trying to get that final goal, maybe to seal the deal in game 1.
Well, this is it. It's starting to shape up to be a really interesting game 1 as we start ahead. 1 minute left on the clock. These players will be feeling the pressure right now. The pressure coming in from these shots, a big, booming, clear there from Jason. That's exactly what Severance need right now. Flip that play. Cal trying to do something of the same, but can't. So here's Crayon. Broke through 1, broke through 2, and just slices it into the back of the net. Cool, calm, and composed. Fantastic finish.
That's exactly what you do. Perfect angle down there. Very, very difficult. Just chase. The defenders try to chase it down, but couldn't quite get there. Day late, dollar short. And now a little bit of advantage once again has swung back to the Savants. So can they hold this one? Can they keep their momentum going? Can they shut the door on this one? And they will. Jason says, all right, let's just, let's close the door here. Let's send them packing in game 1 and send the Biggles prediction out the door as well.
I think a draw is still definitely possible, and you know what, 38 seconds is a long time in Rocket League, as Andrew there just trying to put that pressure on straight away from that kick-off. Keza there, nice read, gets the reset, gets the flip, Rick Diggity with the goal line clearance. Could that be a deciding factor in the last 20 seconds of this? Trax there.
Slow motion at the moment there.
Yeah, it was really taking their time there, weren't they?
Yeah, and that's not what you want to do. And of course, this is perfect at the moment. Just hold the ball, really, and just run the clock out, and that will definitely seal the deal. The ball will touch the ground, and there it is. What a surprise turnaround at the moment, but they've done it.
Yeah, really well done. I mean, going 1-0 down, and you can't lose faith at that point. You can't, have not the heart to continue on. But that's exactly what Severance did. And they just cut those ties with those bad rotations, and we're like, nope, you know what? Let's straighten out here. Let's get this going, and that's exactly what they did. 4-2, good comeback, taking them to 1-0 in the series.
And look at the stats at the moment to give you a bit of an idea on that one. So a couple of shares of the goals each at the moment. Those assists, that much was more different, you'd have to say, between the two squads. We knew that they were kind of going to be very evenly balanced going into this one, because once again they're 6th and 7th on the leaderboard, very, very close with 21 wins and 20. So now you're going to make that 21 each, actually, believe it or not, in this. So let's see how Andrew's going to come back on this one. And maybe your predictions out there, as well as everybody in the chat, have predicted basically 2 apiece. Split down the middle. We'll see.
It's looking pretty good for that right now, right? Right, chat? Come on, we're looking pretty good for this draw. But,
Just happy, because you'll get the casting prediction of the award or something like that, I guess. If anybody's ever got 100%, I'm not quite sure if anybody has got 100% guess so far this season, but we'll see. Maybe if you just cast 1 for the whole season and get it right, could get 100%. Anyway, we're moving on to the Fantastic Temple here. And let's see if that's going to distract the teams a little bit, or should they keep your eye on the ball, they say. Never keep your eye. Don't take your eyes off the ball.
Yeah, well, this is it. Beautiful map, beautiful overlay, beautiful Rocket League here. Here's Keza on the angle, and makes it look so easy. Look
Yeah,
at
once
this
again, isn't
play.
it? Like
Look
he
at
got
this
he cleared the
showcase.
defender there and then shot it straight down. That's kind of a mimic of what we saw down the other end in game one. Those are very, very difficult goals to score, of course. That slight angle there and a bit of speed. Yeah, your defender has to come out there and beat that one early or block you from doing it. Of course, a bit of demos we saw earlier too. We take out a defender. We'll see, but they did score first in the last round, and they didn't finish first in the last round, so it only matters on what you get at the end of the day on the scoreboard. Opportunity there, Crown couldn't quite get the angle on it. Teammate comes through there to try to slam it in, but they still have the ball possession at the moment, so they can still apply this offense.
Yeah, win or loss, that is all that matters here in these games. You got 4 games, you got to play your absolute best for every single one of them, and if you can't get the win, then play for that draw. Right now, Severance playing for that win. Andrew here playing to get that second game in their pocket. Jason here trying to find Dignity up there near the crossbar, trying to play it down. That could have been a little something spicy here. Crayon now is just absolutely forcing themselves to that play. Big Diggity takes it up from the sky. No boost once again, as you can see. The players are really feeling the pressure, and it's causing some upsets, some whiffs, some misses here with such good Rocket League players. Keza booming that one to the crossbar, forces that double commit, tracks up. Almost another double commit there, but the patience from Crayon could pay off here if they can get back into another good position to read this shot from Keza, and Crayon does that absolutely just as I said it, to perfection, which was very good, and I think just kept them from being 2-0 down there. Diggles. Whew.
Yeah, Smokey Bear, you're absolutely right. And one thing we've noticed, isn't it? Everybody's just been running out of gas at the last possible second, isn't it? The boost. They're just that little bit more, I think, on both squads, and then they're going to be putting up some firing shots. And at the moment, they're just getting touches, just a little bit of momentum, and that's been forcing a little bit of errors at that. But the ones that have been getting a strong boost are the ones you've been seeing go on the back of net, so that's something. I think it's a battle for the boosting currently at the moment. Who wins the most boosts perhaps will win a game.
Yeah, you know, boost management is a huge thing in Rocket League, especially at this level that these players are competing at. You know, at any level, you know, I would say. But look at Trax, actually. Oh, the save from Crayon once again. Severance should be 2 or 3-0 down right now if it wasn't for Crayon. That is a saviour medal for them. Rick Diggity now sending it to that right hand side corner, but Kala's going to be up there for the read, looking pretty confident on that second read, but it has been bet. Keza now passing to Cal, they've linked up pretty well to get themselves
clear
out of a dangerous situation. Trax now just having to boom that up to the other side. Oh wait a minute, it's came back to Trax. Jason is going to have to struggle to read this here. Oh, and there's a triple commit because the teammates spawned from the demo. Don't you love to see it?
Yeah, exactly right on that one. And that's when you get a little bit argy-bargy. 2 up to go for that one. And Lacad gets it just in time. That was everything. That's just ridiculous. It's fighting 2 for now in midair. It was either going to go one way. It was either going to go to Jason or it was going to go to Laclau, and went to Lacald. If I pronounced that one correctly, by the way. Now they have the advantage going into this second game. Can they keep the momentum up? Is the question. Looks like it. Looks like it. Couldn't quite carry that one across the line, dribble it. But they're still keeping the pressure on.
All this time from that first goal, Andrew have managed to find that second one, but Severance are looking to cling on here to this game with big booming power shots, and that one almost went in. Jason now again, 0 boost. So many players just flipping around with those diagonal side flips and trying to just get everywhere and anywhere as quickly as they can. Close down that space, and Crayon there, just as I can't get my words out, has just banged that one into the back of the net. Brick Diggity there, forcing that error from Cal and getting that second touch. Crayon there with a ground pinch, beats everyone every time.
Yeah, that answers the chat out there about the Brick Diggity getting carried. Well, Brick Diggity carried the team on that one, for sure.
Yep.
You don't see all those plays necessarily with the camera action, but believe me, some of the teams step up at the right places at the right moments and they just get delivered what they need to do. See, right there, Brick went charging out that 50 there and actually gives the turnover right there back to his team. So they're doing something right because they're applying that pressure. They know just under a minute right now they can even this one up, perhaps sending it to an overtime. perhaps they could get the sweep in this series. Who knows? Maybe I just got it all wrong on the column card as to which one gets the sweep.
Well, Severance here, you know, they are looking hungry, aren't they? They're looking pretty feisty right now, trying to do everything they can. Big Diggity trying that backflip there to flick it up. Crayon and Cal taking the fight into the air. Trax and Brick Diggity now fighting in the air. Jason keeping it up. Went down now, but it was looking to be in the air for a while there. Crayon can make use of this opportunity. Not if it's caught out though, and very well done from the Andrew defence. But look at the pressure coming back on. Chat, don't you love to see Brick Diggity absolutely firing in about this defence and trying to bring this game back here for Severance, but with only 2 seconds left on the clock, it's Brick Diggity trying to take it up and over, but it will drop to the ground. Very close moments there, and that would have been a peak moment for Brick Diggity in the chat.
Yeah, exactly. It would have blown up the chat. Thank you very much for the follow there. Cobb alone, and everybody else's follow and support as well too. So there is your stats for that one. Pretty much straightforward across the board. The ball touches, really dominated the other way around. So you'd have to say that Andrew did maximize really the ball touches. If you add them up there, yeah, field domination, strength, the boost consumption. Look at that. Look at that. They didn't have as much boost consumption, but yeah, they still managed to find a way just to creep that one goal to get the lead to win the match.
Well, that's it. As we were just saying a few minutes ago, win or loss determines these games. But I'll tell you something, that pressure from Andrew at the start of that game was something else, and it was just enough for those guys right now to hold on to that victory. But what a close game it really was, wasn't it? Like, damn, I really thought Severance might have brought that back there.
They're working on it. Sure, they were thinking about that as well too, because you never give up. In Rocket League, we all know you can get a goal within a couple of seconds. They're very quick goals in the first couple of games. So if you haven't seen them, watch them back early that we've had. Now, well, the players now have to step out of the shadows and into the spotlight for our game 3 in the new Savoyan Heights Stadium, I believe it is. So let's see that one. Beautiful,
yeah,
picturesque city skyline background. And here we are, game 3.
Yeah, beautiful surroundings once again, and I'm sure, like I was saying just before the last one, some more beautiful Rocket League coming right up. Jason here trying to catch it on the dribble, but Cal just bumping with furiosity, setting up a pass for Keza, but can't quite reach it because Crayon is there once again. Now Brick Diggity, chat's favourite, goes for the flick into the back post, but Keza, what a save!
Yeah, Brick Diggity, he's almost doing everything from yourself at the moment as a team. There is no B in team. Well, there is. This man's in town, but you got to remember, you got the dangerous arsenal, of course, of Jason and Crown. Very, very capable players there of assisting and getting goals, and that's right, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. It's out. Somehow we have to go to VAR line technology for that one. I'm sure that might be questioned, but oh wow, I've never seen a ball bounce on a line that much.
You're absolutely right. Unbelievable scenes here in Sovereign Heights as Severance almost breaking this Andrew defence. Another shot there coming. And as you were saying, this dangerous team of Severance, when they link up, they're making some critical plays and forcing some big errors from Andrew. They can't even get out their own half right now. Jason, Brick Diggity now taking that fight to them. Crayon, they left to read it at the last. But Brick Diggity with a cut inside, managing to read this one away and stop any shots here coming from Andrew. They've yet to get a shot on target. Meanwhile, Severance have 4 biggles.
Yeah, and it just took out Brick as well too as a demo. I'm starting to shut the Brick down and see if he can do it, but Brick's going to respawn back on that one. Brick's going to have to defend. He shoots it off, of course. Will it go back and pick it up? There it is. RSC, and he's lining it up there, trying to slow it down for Trax for a straight-on shot, but just off the wrong angle and missed it. Jason now on the attack, drops it straight in front of the goal and says, okay, Brick, bring it home. Brick couldn't quite get there. Town meeting in the corner at the moment for Andrew. That's not a good thing. You got to spread your players out. They have. And once again, Brick's got to pick this one up, mate. He has. But he's cleared it, thankfully, to Crayon. And Trax is going to get a alignment on it. Shoot it down a million miles an hour. Goes to the top bar. Brick's back and down again.
Yep, you know what? That team meeting there was getting really cool, and they almost got a clip from it. But Crayon here being the last back on the backboard. has just forced it away. Trax nearly managing to find that shot. But look at Cal there, just booming that pressure down. And Keza once more trying to get that shot on target. Can't get it away. 2 shots this game with no goals. Of course, no goals being scored in the entire game so far, because everybody is just saving everything or it goes wide.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Here's a double commit all the way down there. Jason's going to pass it off to Brick into the corner. They need to clear it away. Lecaldi doesn't quite. He ran out of boost. Crayon will then pick up the ball here. Now he's going to line up straight up there. Jason on his back tire needed to deliver that one. Couldn't quite get there in time. The door has been closed to be burgled at this point, but we've seen, you know, a way that these teams can muster their way past. There it is. And down the other end, Cal just converts that one from that defense into offense.
Yep.
Gets the first score for the team.
Someone was trying to break in the front door, but while you were checking that, someone left the back door open. Oh no!
I see you right on that
one.
one.
Up 1-0.
Perfect. That's what I was looking for, and you filled all the blanks in for that one. Good work, job, that Smokey Bear.
Oh, talking of good jobs, Brick Diggity there, almost managing to beat that last defender, but couldn't. Here comes the counter attack from Andrew. They're already 1-0 up. They'll be looking to get another goal on that scoreboard.
Ooh.
They'll be looking to add some more pressure to this Severance defense, but right now, even with 0 boost, Crayon is just so composed. Uses that little corner boost there to get a destruction on that back line. Right now, opening up that space. Crayon up in the corner. One more, back post, Brick Diggity, backboard, double tap! Oh my goodness! Oh no! Oh my goodness, can you believe it? Once again, unbelievable scenes here in Sovereign Heights. The counter attack coming in from Andrew doesn't go in either. I cannot believe my eyes.
It's right now. It's become in the last, basically, you know, few matches, just the last game. In this one, it's been so difficult to get a goal. Now you're really gonna have to earn your paycheck as a player to get one, because both teams, somehow that ball's just not going in. Doesn't matter. You can try. You're gonna have to do your absolute best at the moment and get everything perfect. A++ at skill is what you need. An A+ won't work. A B certainly won't.
Yep,
16 seconds now. Can they pull off a miracle?
If there's any goal bonuses on these contracts, well, not many players is going to be getting them for this game, because we've only got 1 goal separating these 2 teams here as the ball drops. And there you go. Andrew have taken that one.
Angel, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. That was absolutely crazy. That was an nail-biter, wasn't it? With both teams, once again, separated by absolutely nothing between them. The stats will show you something a little bit different. I mean, you can see the stats, but look at the boost consumption again. Field domination again. It's still not gone into the favor of Surveillance, but Andrew doesn't care about that. They're still somehow getting that goal, enough that they need to take the win. Something perhaps to look at there, Mr. Smokey Bear, for our next upcoming game 4, the final one that we're going to have for this evening for your RSC EU Rocket League.
I believe we put predictions in as well. I was talking about Cal possibly playing, only having played 8 games this season so far. Of course, this is going to be game 12 now, and you know, Cal's looking pretty good on that field. I'm surprised only 8 games being played, but you know, right now we're looking pretty good for my prediction, Biggles.
Yeah, I know. We'll see. Maybe Andrew can get this one and make it a 3-1. So it was close. I'll get closer. Does that mean that?
Yeah.
They won't win the prediction, of course. We'll be tied on this one, but we will be going obviously to Beckworth Park at midnight once again. So the night time's creeping in for these, and of course it is creeping into your neck of the woods. Game 4, the last game of tonight's matchups, and who wants to take this one?
Yeah, this is everything to play for here, and game number 4 for anyone who is just joining us. This is our last battle of the night between these 2 teams, and for RSC until tomorrow's stream. And Brick Diggity trying to get that infield pass to Crayon there. I was just so interested in what was going on the field. And now Keza, double tap, can't believe it. Who's going to score the double tap tonight? Because no one can.
Oh, and you saw the ball bouncing in and out, in and out, in and out before when they have tried. So, yep. And you got 4 minutes and change to get it done, guys. If you do, otherwise go on to OT, you might have another opportunity. But so far, I don't know. These teams have been that close, but you would expect, kind of what I expected, maybe one OT game, isn't it? Considering how close the teams have been, but we haven't had it yet.
Absolutely, and you know, how dramatic would it be? Game 4, overtime. Oh my goodness, the infield passes coming out here from both teams. Both teams just struggling to find that power away because... Is that real one? We got real one on the wall! We got real one! Real one
Yes!
in chat! Real one in chat! 2v2! 2v2!
Yes, I love it. You don't get to see that very often, but it's great when it is. So now down to the other two players to do something about it. Does Cal, they're going to shut that. Jason picks it up. Goes straight back to Traxy. Firing down. Crayon picks it up. Brilliant defense, brilliant offense. Bit of argy-bargy. Now we're going back out of our... All three players are back now, so our rule ones are over, unfortunately. But it was fun while it lasted. These are the tickets that you wanted at the moment. This grandstand is not sold out, so plenty of tickets available. Look at that. Not even an egg in the audience.
Yeah, I think it's too late, you know, everyone's gone to bed, and big thank you to everyone who of course is here in the stream watching this amazing Rocket League action that we're bringing you right now. Crayon and Trax bringing the fight to the sidewall, going for the double tap. That was Keza, but the ball's just rolling down the other side of the field.
Yeah, they're getting a bit argy-bargy at the moment, testing the waters here in the final game. You know, obviously, if I was my predictions there of Andrew, I would be looking to steal this one just to take it, because considering how close these teams are, remember in the championship standings, that they can either tie themselves up in the points in the championship standings, or Andrew could take a 1 point lead here. They're still hovering around the 6th and 7th in the standings. That's your bragging rights currently at the moment between the two teams.
Yeah, that's it. We're very early on in the week as well. You know, it's another game to be played. And of course, a few more games being played probably at the same time. And at the same time as I was saying that, Cal was going for that crazy clip. Now Crayon trying to get that redirect, but Trax is going to get up there, read it away. Keza and Trax, I believe that was a double commit there, but nice follow-up from Cal. Nice pressure. This is what you need to do for your team straight after that double commit, so they can recover as quickly as possible. Trax now has, Keza was in the middle trying to read it, and look at that, it falls to Crayon, which passes it away to Cal. Cal pounces up into the air, just can't quite reach it either. Tense moments here, as the players I'm sure are starting to feel a little bit awkward, but Keza's done well to put this into the corner for now. Now Sevens have to keep this pressure on and try and get this goal here. And they've got the shot away, but Trax has got another save to their name for the start board. Jason with a lot of time now. Taking their time, gets that 100 boost, gets that side flip boom, but it does just pass it away to Trax. Can they find that link up with Keza? But Breck Diggity keeping that away for now. Forces Crayon up. But look at that, it's Breck Diggity once again for your Severance defense here tonight, folks.
Just like that, in this, I said how tough it's getting in these last couple of matches that we had now. It's getting more and more low scoring. We're down to under a minute and we haven't even got a score on the board yet. Both teams are trying. If you've missed the action so far, they're both trying and they're both defending just as well. They're just right now on the limit of how evenly matched these teams are, which is fantastic. You know, seeing these two teams in a playoff battle, into the playoffs and later on, of course, in the season would be very, very interesting. For now, of course, we're still week 7. I'd have to say at this point right now, my friend, first to score, we'll take this game 4.
Yeah, well this is it, we're under 30 seconds to go, and if we go to overtime chat, tell me who's winning this. Andrew, Severus, show that love in the chat, we want to know. I don't want to curse it by saying it myself, so I want you guys to tell us. Oh, but wait a minute, Severus with a last minute attack in the dying seconds. Possibly one more to come here, depending on this bounce. It's Trax to the backboard. Keza with the crazy read, and no, we go to overtime.
We kind of expected an overtime during this match. Well, we got one, and why not in the dying stages in Game 4? As they were saying, some people were keeping out there saying Brick Diggity will win. Well, we'll see. His team will win. He's going to carry the team. We all know currently in OT at the moment, anybody get the back of the net will seal the deal for Game 4.
Yep, welcome anyone who's just joining us. We are here at overtime, Game 4. This is it. Golden goal. Breck Diggity with no boost. Tries to get that pass off the Crayon, but Keza will get up in front of it, giving Trax a little bit of time. But again, 12 boost, as we've been talking about this whole series. Whoever's holding on to boost is holding on to that possession, and whoever's holding on to that possession is trying to create these infield passes. And Keza has put it in the back of the net. That's it. Andrew, take Game 4.
They did. And they needed to take up the one earlier to get my prediction right, but they didn't. But they did get a 3 wins and so in this series. So, but they got the little bit extra that they need to. What great playing towards the end there, wasn't it? It was just tooth and nail between these teams as they started to feel each other out a little bit more, get to know each other on the field there, get to know those plays, and had to fight tooth and nail for those goals, didn't they, my friend? Look at the stats again. They're not really. I don't know. The stats are just crazy in this series that we've seen so far. They're not 100% reflective of one-sidedness of any of the teams.
Yeah, well, that's just it. And we almost had some crazy clips there, but 6 goals to 5 in the whole series. 3 games to 1 for Andrew and Ox Gaming. Of course, commiserations to their opponents, but 17 saves compared to their 15 as well. You know, they hold it out really, really well, Severance, but they just couldn't do enough. Series MVP is going to be Keza, and of course we almost got a crazy clip. That would have been clip of the week for me if Keza had scored that goal there coming down from the ceiling. Very, very close.
Yeah, that one that bounced in and out, wasn't it? Somebody has to go back and clip that one for sure. That should be one for the highlight reel. Even if you didn't get the goal, it's still, you didn't, to see a ball bouncing in and out like that. You don't see that every day. And of course, we even got our little onesie towards the end there, which I liked in that. You did like to see that. And I hope everybody has certainly enjoyed themselves. We really do appreciate it. A couple of follows doing this one too. So thank you very much for the follow there. I think that's Axidude just recently as well. So, yes. Well, that's going to sum up the series that we've had tonight there, week 7.
Yeah, well, there we go. 2-2 Nox and Hades, 3-1 Momentum and Kronos, and 3-1 Andrew and Severance. So, you know, looking pretty strong across the board this week, which is also true. But tonight, you know, and it's been absolutely fantastic to be here and to cast this alongside you. Biggles, of course, our first cast together as well, which has been really fun, and the chemistry's been great as well. I've loved it.
Yes, I love the accent, my friend. I presume I didn't say you're Scottish, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Scott and Australian in the casting box. There you go. You guys don't get that every day of the week, but you will get it here at RSC EU. That's for sure.
But
it's been a pleasure, my friend. Hats off to you.
I was there we go, hats off. I was just going to say that I'm a little bit gutted about my prediction though. I feel like those teams were so evenly matched that the draw was the calculated thing to do. But even then, no, I was wrong. It's always unpredictable, isn't it?
Yes, that's what predictions are for, right? They can be predicting them correctly or predicting correctly not. Both teams, let's say at the end of the day, should be pretty happy, at least that they've got goals on the board there. And Andrew will continue probably to hover around that 6th or maybe 5th position now in the standings, depending on, of course, those other matches. You want to find out about those other matches, my friend? Hit the Discord button and the website. It's all there. Join the league too if you like Rocket League. Sure that they'll be looking at rosters and changes and things like that in the future and signing up for upcoming series events. Of course, there's lots of money on prizes and all that sort of stuff up for grabs, powered by our fantastic sponsors as well up into the top right-hand corner.
Yep, you're absolutely right. There's so much going on here at RSC EU and DRS as well. And, you know, for myself, I've joined DRS and RSC, you know, a few months ago. And since then, the friends I've made and the community value of RSC and also playing in the games myself has been really fun. I had a 2 each draw tonight. And yeah, if you're new and you're thinking about joining us, please do hit that Discord. Make sure you follow the Twitch channel and let us know next time you're in the stream if you guys signed up and where you are.
And that's it from us. Everybody have a fantastic night, and we'll hopefully retune back in tomorrow for more fantastic Rocket League action presented by RSC. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
I'm the storm that meets the moon. I'm the sun that will not move. Do you think you are? Who do you think you
yeah.